My name is Emily. I am 27 years old. I live in a small town in the mountains. My husband's name is Noah. He is 31. We have been married for 3 years. Noah is not like other men. He is quiet. He is calm. He does not speak much, but when he does, his words are kind. His voice is soft and his hands are gentle. He always helps me carry the groceries. He opens the door for me. He brings me tea. When I am cold, Noah works as a mechanic. He fixes cars and trucks. His clothes always smell like oil and metal. His hands are rough and strong. He works from 8:00 in the morning until 6:00 the evening. Every night he comes home with tired eyes, but when he sees me, he smiles. We live in a small wooden house. It has 2 bedrooms and a tiny kitchen. The walls are thin. In winter, the wind comes through the windows. We have an old heater that makes a loud sound, but it keeps us warm enough. I work at the town library. It is a quiet place. I like reading books. I like the smell of old pages. I don't earn much, about $3,000 a month. Noah earns around $2,000. Together we manage. It's not a lot, but we make it work. Still, sometimes I want more. I see other women in town. They wear new clothes. They have new phones and nice cars. Their husbands take them on trips. They post pictures on social media, photos by the sea, smiling with drinks in their hands. I look at Noah. His shoes are old. His phone has a cracked screen. He doesn't care about money or style. He doesn't have social media. He says, why would I need it? I already have everything I want. But do I? One evening I sat across from him at the dinner table. I had made soup and bread. We ate in silence. Then I said, Noah, do you ever wish for more? He looked up. What do you mean, more money? A bigger house, a better life. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, I wish I could give you more. His answer made my heart heavy. I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted him to try harder, to dream bigger. You're smart, I said. You could learn more, maybe. Start your own garage. Be your own boss. He smiled, but it was a sad smile. I don't know how to run a business, he said. I felt frustrated. Then learn, I said. Try something. You can't stay in the same place forever. He looked down at his bowl. He didn't say anything. His silence made me angry. I began comparing him to others. I said things I shouldn't have said. Thomas just bought a new truck. Sarah's husband is starting a business in the city. Everyone is doing something. Everyone is moving forward. Why not you? He looked at me and I could see the hurt in his eyes, but he didn't argue. He didn't raise his voice. He just said, I'll try. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the future. We wanted children one day, but could we afford it? I wanted a safe home, a good life for them. I didn't want to count Every penny. The next morning, Noah left. Early, he kissed my forehead and said, "I'll be home late." I nodded, "Okay, be safe." Days passed. He came home later than usual. He looked more tired each day. I asked him where he was going after work, and he said, "I'm looking for something extra, maybe another job." A week later, he came home with a paper in his hand. It was a part-time job offer at a warehouse, night shifts. He could make an extra $1,200 a month. I was happy. I hugged him. "Thank you, Noah. This will help us a lot." He kissed the top of my head and said, "I hope so." At first, things got better. We had more money. We paid off some bills. I bought a new coat. We even went out for dinner once, which we hadn't done in a long time. But then I noticed something. Noah stopped laughing. He stopped humming in the shower. He stopped asking about my day. He looked pale. He looked tired. His hands shook when he poured coffee. He would fall asleep on the couch before dinner. One night I woke up and found him sitting on the edge of the bed holding his chest. "Noah," I said, rushing to him, "are you okay?" He nodded slowly. "Just tired," he whispered. I sat beside him and held his hand. "You're working too much. We need the money," he said. "I want to give you a better life." Tears filled my eyes. I felt guilty. I had pushed him. I had made him feel like he wasn't enough. "Noah," I said, "I don't want you to break yourself for me." He looked at me. His eyes were red. "I just want you to be proud of me." "I am," I said softly, "but I don't want to lose you." He nodded, but I could see he was struggling. 2 weeks later, it happened. He came home late. He walked through the door and dropped his bag. He tried to speak, but fell to the floor. "Noah," I screamed, running to him. His body was shaking. His skin was cold. I called the ambulance. My hands were shaking so much I could barely press the numbers. At the hospital, the doctor said, "He is severely exhausted. His body is shutting down. He needs rest. No work, no stress, not for a long time." I sat in the chair beside his bed, watching him sleep. He looked like a child, small and fragile. I held his hand and cried. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "I forgot what really matters." He opened his eyes. They were weak but kind. "You didn't forget," he said. "You just got lost for a little while." I nodded, tears still falling. "Noah, I don't need a big house. I don't need a new car. I need you." He squeezed my hand. "I'm not going anywhere." That night I stayed beside him. I didn't care about work or money. I didn't care about the future. I just wanted him to get better. Love is not in gold or gifts. It's in the quiet things. A warm hand, a soft voice, a tired smile. That still shines for you. Noah gave me those things every day. I just hadn't seen it clearly, but now I did. Noah stayed in the hospital for 3 days. The doctors gave him fluids and Vitamins. They told him to rest, to eat well, and to stop working both jobs. I stayed with him the whole time. I brought him books from the library. I brushed his hair with my fingers. We didn't speak much, but when we did, our words were gentle, careful, like we were learning each other again. On the third day, he was allowed to go home. The nurse looked at me and said, "No stress, okay? He needs time. His body is not a machine." I understand, I said, but deep inside I was scared. Scared of how close I came to losing him, scared of the way I pushed him, and scared of the world we still had to face. Back at home, everything felt different. The house looked the same. Small, old, a little cold, but something inside it had changed. I made soup that night. We ate on the couch. Noah rested his head on my shoulder, and we watched the snow fall through the window. It was quiet. It was simple, but it felt full. "I missed this," I said. Noah looked up. "What?" "Us just being close, just being safe." He smiled. "I missed it too." That night, as we lay in bed, I asked him, "What if we slow down? What if we stop trying to chase everything all at once?" He didn't answer right away. He was thinking. Then he said, "But what about the future?" I turned toward him. "We'll still have a future, but let's build it without hurting ourselves." Noah quit his night job the next day. He went back to working only at the garage. He came home before dark. He took naps on the couch. Slowly the color came back to his face. His laughter returned. A little at a time, I started cooking more. I made time for walks. We read books together in the evenings. We stopped looking at what we didn't have and began seeing what we did, but not everything was perfect. Money was tight. Again, we had hospital bills. We had to fix the heater. My coat was warm but old. Sometimes at night I still felt that ache in my chest, the fear, the longing for more. One evening, I looked at Noah as he worked on fixing the sink. He had grease on his cheek and a tool in his hand. I thought, he's trying, he always was. And suddenly, I had an idea. The next day I stayed late at the library. I looked up free online courses. I searched for ways to start small businesses. Then I made a plan. When I got home, I found Noah on the porch drinking tea. "I have something to show you," I said. He looked surprised. "What is it?" I pulled out a small folder. "I did some research. What if we started something together? You know cars, I know books, maybe we don't have to pick just one path." He opened the folder and read. I had written out ideas for a mobile car service. Noah could fix cars at people's homes, and I could manage the calls and schedule. We didn't need a big garage, just tools and time. He looked at me and smiled, a real smile. "You did all this?" I nodded. "You don't have to say yes, but maybe little by little, we can build something that's ours." He held the papers in his hand and looked out at the Mountains, let's try. That night we didn't talk about money. We talked about dreams. In the next few weeks, things moved. Slowly, but they moved. Noah talked to his boss and started working part-time. That gave him 2 free days a week. I made flyers and posted them around town. I also asked people at the library if they needed help with their cars. At first, only one person called, then another, then a third. The money wasn't big, but it was honest, and it was ours. We called it Noah's Fix-It Van. I made a little website for him, just a page with his name, a photo, and our phone number. People liked it. They said he was kind, careful, and fair with prices. One lady wrote, "He fixed my brakes and didn't try to sell me anything I didn't need. Honest man." That review made Noah blush. I just did what anyone would do. He said, but not everyone does, and that made him special. A few months passed. Spring came. Flowers bloomed along the edge of the road. I started feeling lighter. Our house still had thin walls, but laughter filled the space between them. One day, while we were sitting on a picnic blanket near the lake, Noah turned to me. "Emily," he said, "do you remember the night I fell down?" I nodded slowly. "I'll never forget. I thought I failed you," he said. "I thought you'd leave." I looked into his eyes. I never wanted to leave. I just wanted to feel safe. I forgot that I already was. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a tiny piece of folded paper. "I wrote this for you when I was in the hospital." I opened it. It was simple. Just one sentence. "Even if I have nothing, I still have you, and that is everything." Tears filled my eyes. "I should have written one too," I whispered. "You still can," so I did. That night I wrote, "I thought love had to be shiny, but it's not. It's soft, it's steady, it's the way you hold my hand when I'm tired. That's real love." We put both notes in a little box and kept it in the drawer by the bed. Whenever life feels hard again, we open that box. One morning I woke up feeling different. My body felt strange, tired, but not sick. I stared at the ceiling for a long time. Then I sat up and whispered, "Could it be?" I took a test. At the clinic that afternoon, I was pregnant. When I came home, Noah was under a car in the driveway. I walked over and said, "Hey, can you come out for a minute?" He rolled out on his back, his face covered in sweat and dirt. "What is it?" I showed him the paper from the clinic. He read it once, then twice. Then he looked at me. His hands were shaking again, but this time not from exhaustion. He stood up and pulled me into a hug. "We're going to be parents," he whispered. "Yes," I said, "we are." And for a moment, the world stopped spinning. All the noise, the worry, the pressure, it faded, and what was left was love, a quiet, steady love, the kind that doesn't need diamonds or trips to the beach, the kind that holds you up when you fall, the kind that fixes a broken sink even when your back hurts, the kind that says, let's try again. After a long day, it wasn't the life I dreamed of as a child. It was better because it was real, because it was ours. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming.